I'm always wondering how we can talk about The Simpsons as time goes on. I want to find nuances beyond, they don't make them like they used to. Last year, I made a video about season 33 and discussed what it did well, poorly, and all the little weird bits. It's a good video. You should go watch it, please. Not wanting to repeat myself with the new season, I thought about how I ended the last one, stating, but I do think that if you are the kind of person who, while you're cooking or doing chores, like to have the TV on in the background, I think this season's good for that. And that's how we're gonna look at this season. Let's do this. So like I said, internet, I threw on the new season of The Simpsons while doing other things. Chores, cooking, editing videos, whatever I was doing, and had it on as background noise. I made sure to try to keep track of everything that caught my attention, either for a single moment or sucking me in to watch the whole episode. And right from the first episode, I'll admit I got sucked in. The episode takes a surprisingly nuanced look at people who dive full into conspiracy theories. Homer initially gets into the whole thing after people rightfully think he's dumb, and once Homer finds the turtle they are looking for in the episode, potentially bringing an end to their group, he tries to hide that. The episode spends most of its running time pointing out how people who dive deep into the conspiracy theory world can feel a sense of community with the co-conspirators, and how that deepens their need for the conspiracies.
What if the turtle was taken by a billionaire to transfuse his blood for longevity? Got it!
What caught me for the episode, however, was Sideshow Mel's voice. Something about it was off. Unlike when they've changed voice actors, Mel is still voiced by Dan Castellaneta. It really highlights how long the show has gone on, for as long as it has, where the vocal performances aren't going to be the same as they used to. You can hear the same difference in Julie Kavner's Marge over the years as well. And this isn't an insult to the actors, it is just an observation, it's something I noticed. Lisa the Boy Scout got me with its clever opening, starting off with a standard, almost generic episode premise, before it gets hacked by a group leaking clips of abandoned Simpsons episodes, showing off fake clips as one-off gags. The fake clip show is a bit of a trend. The Simpsons has already done it themselves. At least enough that Vulture was able to do an article on it in 2018, and it's the kind of thing that when it's done well, can be a lot of fun. I personally really like the Community episode and the It's Always Sunny take on it, both in how they are framed and how they use clips and clever jokes. This episode didn't quite land for me. The framing device itself was fine, the best part being how it interrupted a regular episode, but it did feel a little too long. The problem is not enough of the gags actually land. I like how a few of them are little deconstructions of the show, like Martin secretly being an adult cop with a family, or Lenny being Carl's imaginary friend, but I think they are more clever than funny. Overall, I don't think it lands, despite its strong start. Critics seem torn, some giving it massive praise, others hating it. Makes my lukewarm take a bit more tame. I just wish they did more with it. So I just watched a video while I was doing this edit by Simpson Theory about how the episode seems to be more directly dissecting fan theories than anything else. And I'm not really a part of that world, so I didn't catch on to that, but I think that's pretty cool. I also like that it seems that they based the characters in it on the people who run the Simpsons Theory YouTube channel. So I just wanted to throw that in there. That's pretty cool. This year, they did not only a Treehouse of Horror, but a second horror episode as well. 2 horror episodes in October? Madness. 2 horror videos coming out on this channel in October. The parody of the It movies felt a bit odd to me. They aren't new enough to feel zeitgeisty, but as a whole I don't feel like they have stood the test of time enough to be parodied in a more classical sense. It feels like they could have been a single Treehouse of Horror section, or a first and third section with a middle piece breaking up the 2 timelines. The actual Treehouse episode, I was impressed with the animation of the Death Note spoof. While not a perfect visual match, or as impressive as their Lego parody from a few years ago, it really was still awesome to see them experiment visually. I'm always excited for that. There were a handful of episodes this season that were topical and that made points I'd agree with, but were otherwise unmemorable. Game Done Changed, My Life as a Vlog, Hostel Kirk Place, and Family Feud are all episodes that I think could have worked, but didn't. I like that they felt like they had something to say, but I think the jokes in these episodes are just lacking, and that is a sin for something like this. If you are trying to send a message to your audience through comedy, the comedy has to be top-notch. You need to get the people to love the episode to keep coming back to it so you can teach them what you are saying without it feeling preachy, because it is also so fun. These episodes didn't do that. But I will give credit to one joke that really got me. In Hostile Kirk Place, Homer has a joke where he can't recall if he was 20 or 30s in the 80s. The Simpsons has been on so long and exists on a sliding time scale, and I appreciate that the show can make a joke like that now. I'm really enjoying when they are deconstructing The Simpsons within The Simpsons. That point aside, this brings us to what I think is the best episode of the season, Step Brother from the Same Planet. The episode, 8th from this season, follows Homer as he feuds with a young son of Grandpa's new girlfriend. It's working to portray the pain Homer feels, seeing the way he was treated by his father, both now and as a child, much more targeted than he thought. This isn't just how Abe is, it's how he is with Homer. That's gotta be hard to deal with. But I do wish that the episode was better. While it covers the topic fairly well, I think on the era of the first few seasons, episodes like Lisa Substitute and Bart Gets an F, and I do feel like the story could have joined them and been a wonderful, heartfelt classic. Because while this episode has its own heart, I think there are deeper depths that it could have reached. And I really wish it did. That's the last episode I wanted to cover in this video. There's nothing that stood out to me like egregiously bad or anything, but the rest were exactly as I predicted, background to other things. I still got some good chuckles out of it, but watching this season really got me thinking. I've had a lot of fun the past few years making videos where I look at the newer Simpsons, and it's given me a chance to really appreciate the era of the show most turn their nose down on sight unseen. But this go around, I felt a lot more nostalgic for the early stuff. I can't put my finger on why, but I do. I want to keep diving into new episodes as they come out, but I want to spend a bit more time looking into the classic era as well, and shows that I feel are connected to it. I'm doing Futurama soon. Buckle up. In all this, I forgot to mention that they did an update to Weird Al's character design in an episode, and I hate it. No need. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Lastly, I hope to hear from you watching. If you've been checking out the latest season, what's your favorite parts, least favorite, leave a comment below. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out some of my other stuff if you haven't. And until next time, have a good one.